Teams, in the ocean, visibility can be 0. Pitch black, murky, full of obstacles. That's why the Navy relies on sensors like sonar and radar. Now, you might have heard, sonar sends out sound waves, and then when that pulse is sent out, it rebounds off of an object, and it's the echo that comes back. And by measuring the time taken, we can figure out how far that object is. Now, by contrast, today's challenge will see your rovers using computer vision to navigate and respond to their environment. We're going to be using these rovers. Now, you're going to have to build one of these, one per team, and you're first going to get some instructions to guide you a little bit on making most of this, but then we have these sensors here, which are obviously very important to your rover being able to navigate what's going on, okay? Now, you might see there's one sensor here, which is facing downwards. There's another sensor here, which you can see out in front. Anyone want to suggest why you need to have a sensor that's pointing at the ground?
Oh, seeing that it's in front of the wheels, I mean, if there's a cliff, you'd preferably not want to go down that.
Yeah, I am thumbs up for not driving off a cliff, right? So we want your rover to be able to know when it's over the ground or where it's maybe hitting an obstacle. So that's exactly what that's going to do. But you can see here, by the way, this particular sensor is very, very close to the vehicle. You can build this rover how you choose, and this spot right in front at the edge of the vehicle might not be the smartest place to put that sensor. That's the first thing I will say, okay? The second thing is, have a look up here. So this is obviously a camera which is going to be getting all this visual information, and you may or may not be aware that the information that we get from our eyes and from a camera as well, it comes in 3 forms, and I've color-coded it. You guys might be able to tell me. What's it stand for? Red, green, and blue. Fantastic. Now, it's amazing to me that all of the millions of colors that we can perceive, they are all made up of combinations of these 3 different shades all added together, right? Now, your camera sensor is going to be able to be trained on particular objects with particular colors, and you're going to need to be able to react differently based on, well, let's have a think about this for a minute. If you saw an orange object, there's quite a few orange objects around us, red, green, and blue, there's a combination of these colors. Which do you think would be the most important one?
Red.
Probably red, right? But just that by itself doesn't give you orange. What do you think we would need to add in order to make it not just red?
A bit of
purely?
both.
A bit of both, right? So there's going to be, say for example, a really high value for red, and then you might have, I don't know, lesser of the green and then lesser still of the blue. And then something like that would give you the shade of orange, right? Your camera sensors are going to have to recognize very specific colors here and distinguish different objects. So that's the first thing you want to be aware of, okay? The second thing is, your rovers are going to be navigating around. You're going to need to tell them to go forward and backward, and also they're going to need to turn. Now, here's my sort of warning to you, right? You're recording all of this data, getting it out of the sensor, but it might see something and you want it to react, and you want it to be able to turn and make sure it's headed in the correct direction. You're going to define the speed at which it turns. If it's too fast, then you're going to overshoot. If it's too slow, you're not going to be pointed in the right direction. So you need to be really carefully balanced about this, okay? I think I actually already talked about where your sensors are going to be positioned. So build this, and when you do the challenge, if it doesn't work out, just like in all engineering, you can readjust your design, amend it, see if it can function better. You are going to have to code a few things, and I just want you to think about, when you're coding, you're going to have information, and then there will be decisions that your rover is going to have to make, right?
So it's completely autonomous.
And there's going to be a lot of autonomy that your rover has, so that's why it's so important that you think about, okay, how fast is it turning? How fast is it moving? And what's it responding to? All this information is going to have to be coded into your rovers. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
So looking forward to seeing how you design this and what code you put together. Good luck, teams.